howdy cruisers. Let's just go with that for now. And Disney fans and theme park fans, but today we get to talk about both. I'm sure all of you know that recently Disney Cruise Line announced the name of their next upcoming ship in the Triton class, the Disney Destiny. That is a terrible name. What were you thinking? Oh my God. This is, seriously, Mr. Peltz, when you take over Disney, the third thing you need to do, there's more important things, I get it, but the third thing, fourth, you need to call down to Celebration, ask to speak to whoever decided on Disney Destiny, and it's very simple. You have one thing to say to them. You're fired. Seriously. Why? Because every other Disney ship name, Magic, Wonder, Wish, Fantasy, Dream, even Treasure, have had some direct connection, reflection, inspiration from Disney canon, Disney lore, whatever you want to call it. Disney Destiny? None of that. It is nothing to Disney. There's no attraction with that name. There's no movie with that name. There might be a song at some point with it in the lyrics. I don't know, but yeah, Destiny has no connection to Disney whatsoever. Now, I do think if you're able to corner whatever bigwig executive that made this decision and ask them about it, they would squirm a little bit, and then they'd be like, oh no, it's meant to reflect the close association between Walt Disney and Salvador Dali, and except that's a little awkward, especially right now. And the biggest problem with that is you've already used it. Yeah, so no double dipsy. Grand Destino Tower, which you can see from your office in Celebration. But this gives me a chance to do something that I really love, and that's talk about cruise ship names. I have before, maybe we'll do it again. And what are some of the names that Disney could use, should have used, or maybe should be considering? There's different levels of names. Some are really great names, some are like okay names, some are just ones that you would throw in the pot to maybe hash out other things. And I came up with a list that has, I think, 4 different categories. Maybe consider it for the future, maybe not, but let's get started. So the first set are names that I consider good Disney names, but have a little bit of a conflict out there, either with things within Disney or with other entities out there, or even other cruise lines. And yeah, while they are good Disney names, they might not really want to go there. And that would be the Disney Princess, because, well, Princess Cruise Lines, and the Disney Princess is its own brand. Then Disney Celebration. They do have Celebration, the town they built just south of Walt Disney World. But Carnival pretty much has that name locked up, and has for quite a while. The Disney Explorer. Okay, that's a good name. A little bit out there, and there's already Explorer of the Sea, so I don't know if they'd really want to cause that kind of confusion. And then finally, there would be the Disney Horizon. Yeah, I know a lot of Epcot fans would love to see this name, but there's Carnival Horizon, and she's doing strong. Great ship, really had a good time. And, that would probably be reason enough they'd want to avoid that name. Then there are some names that are good, solid Disney names, but in current year would probably be triggering to some people. And, the first one is the Disney Hero. Yeah, they have a parking lot, the Hero parking lot at Magic Kingdom, but I think that might ruffle a few feathers the wrong way. Another one that I think would be good, since they can't really use Disney Princess, how about the Disney Prince? The Disney Prince is a big part of all the movies, but again, I don't think some people would see it that way, or they would read a little too much into it. And then finally, what would probably be my favorite, the Disney Beauty. Again, that is unfortunately triggering to a lot of people, so I don't think we'll ever see that. Then I came up with what I consider the solid second-tier Disney names. If the fleet grows in size to need them, well, here you go, Disney. Feel free to throw these against the wall and pick any one of them. I don't mind. Just a free cruise would be appreciative, but you know what? It's okay. I do know how this works. So the first one of those would be the Disney Enchanted. Now, I know we already have Enchantment of the Seas, but it's different enough, and people do associate the word enchanted with Disney very strongly. It's the name of the current show or the previous show at Magic Kingdom. I don't really ever say to watch, but either way, yes, it is a Disney word. Then the next, Disney has a great history of musicals in the movies and actually in Broadway now. So how about the Disney Chorus? I don't know if there's ever been a ship, certainly not a cruise ship with that name, but I think it's something they could definitely pull off. Then, of course, this would be super fun, the Disney Carousel. There's a carousel at every castle park, and there's a carousel pretty much at every theme park, so why not? Wouldn't that be super fun? I mean, you could have, I forget the character's name, but I'm sure you'll come up with it as the logo. And oh no, there's probably several of them. I should have done more research, but hey, that's how we roll around here, right? Finally, another iconic Disney thing that people do associate with Disney, but you know what, maybe not directly, and that would be the Disney Parade, right? And you would always know that it's 3 o'clock, right? Hey, Margaritaville has 5 o'clock. You know what? Disney has the 3 o'clock parade, right? Let's go in a little bit of a different direction this time. Disney is probably always exploring new markets, especially for cruise line. And one thing I'm sure they better be, at least if they're good at their jobs, be talking about is getting into the expedition cruise market. And these are much smaller ships than they're used to. We're talking in the 600-700 passenger range with families, of course, that would do the very novel cruises, right? The out islands, the Galapagos, Antarctica, the Arctic cruises, the Shetlands, Greenland, and various other places like that. And this would require a different type of cruise ship. These would be new builds, of course. Think about some of the smaller seaborne vessels. That's where I'm going. I think the Seaborne Pursuit is one of the new ones. For them to get into this market, there's a market for it, by the way, Disney. I'm sure you know that. For them to get into this market, they would have to separate that pretty distinctly from the rest of Disney Cruise Line. And you could do that with having a naming style that is slightly different, but, still on theme. And I think the perfect name for the launch vessel of Disney Cruise Line's Expedition series would be the Lillian Disney, right? There you go. And if it's super successful, and it probably would be, I'm sure they would have another ship already on order. That ship would be the Elias Disney. All right, now we're going to talk about the absolute 100% real Disney names that they should use for this current ship. Disney, it's not too late. We'll forgive you. If you just admit it, you know what? We will forgive you. We'll be totally fine. Just like it's not too late to save Galaxy's Edge. You know you can do it. We still have faith. But, well, right now, let's talk about, cruise ships. And the next ship, we'll get to Destiny in a second. The next ship, there's a name. It's used all over the world. It is unusually associated with Disney, although you might not realize it. It does evoke memories of a land that is all over the world in every castle park, and us longtime original Epcot fans will absolutely love you for this. The next ship after Disney Destiny should be the Disney Tomorrow. Tomorrowland, love it or hate it, it is an integral part and a big part of every Disney park. And yes, Epcot. Oh, I know most of you know what I'm talking about. Tomorrow's Child. Oh yeah, I still remember that. Oh boy. Well, yeah, let's do it. Disney Tomorrow. I have two options to replace Disney Destiny, and they say that this ship is going to be built around the heroes and the villains and their destiny, what's to become. The problem is Destiny, well, first of all, it has nothing to do with Disney. I think it kind of suggests a foregone conclusion when I really think you mean the struggle between the hero and the villain, then them finding themselves, them conflict, them working through their conflict, what they're going through personally, and how they're handling it through life. And, well, you know what? For this, we can just take some inspiration that is Disney. That's something that has been used a number of times in the parks and other places, and that would be the Disney Journey. We have the Journey of the Little Mermaid, we have Journey of Water, we have Journey into Imagination, and whatever. Oh, that's right, Epcot. Gotta throw Epcot. Magic Journeys. So there you go, Disney. It's not too late. You can still You can still call her Disney Journey. But no. There is still one better name. One name that reminds everybody of real Disney storytelling, of the real story of the hero and the villain, how they can work through everything that's in front of them, and how, well, life can get better through a little bit of struggle. You still have time. This next ship should be the Disney Ever After. That's it. So let me know, would you sail the Disney Ever After? If so, I will see you on board.